Here's another podcast from the Pod Bros Network.
I know what your favorite thing to do is. Actually, I know what your few favorite things to do are. You love listening to when we do our housekeeping, and so we're putting it in the front of the episode. And oh, you just skipped over it. That's not cool. Patreon.com/Podbros. If you enjoy what we do, we have a Jean Pod Van Damcast tier there with a super secret episode, which we will not be talking about at all during this episode whatsoever. We also have our Amazon link on podbros.com. Scroll down, hit the Amazon button. Doesn't cost you anything. And if you love us, please consider rating us 5 stars on your favorite podcatcher app and leaving a review. That gets us into other Van Dam fans' ears. Last but not least, check out our TeePublic store. We have a few t-shirts up on there now. Be on the lookout. We are going to get some more, and some that will definitely fit into the Jean Pod Van Damcast range.
Yes, and some that might get you arrested.
Exactly. And then put into a prison with a pink suits. And then some older gentleman would take you in
and show you how to throw Hadoukens.
Exactly. Or Kamehamehas, whatever you want. It's up to you. That's right, folks. It is Jeff and John. Welcome back to the Jean Pod Van Damcast. And in today's episode, we are reviewing Bloodsport 2, this 1996 rated R 1 hour and 30-minute action sport movie, in which, after a thief, Alex Cardo, gets caught while stealing an ancient katana in East Asia, he soon finds himself in prison and beaten up by the crowd there, especially one of the guards, Damien, which it said demon on the
it was just
board.
demon, wasn't it? How's it spelled in there?
It's spelled like Damien, except instead of an A, an E. Oliver Heidelbach, where did you get the Damien at? Is that in the credits? I didn't check. Feels upset by Alex's appearance and tortures him as often as he gets the opportunity. Alex finds one friend and mentor in the jailhouse, Master Soon, who teaches him a superior fighting style called Iron Hand. When a best of the best kumite is to take place, Damien gets an invitation. Now Master Soon and Alex need to find a way to let Alex take part in the kumite too. Power Man Dan says street fighter and thief Alex Cardo steals an ancient sword from a wealthy businessman, David Long. After being betrayed by his crime partners, Alex is sent to a brutal prison where violence is continuous. There, he meets Master Soon, who teaches Alex honor and discipline, changing Alex's self. He also teaches Alex the Iron Hand, the deadliest of all fight disciplines. When Soon mentions the greatest fight tournament, the Kumite, Alex vows that he will win the tournament upon his release to honor Soon. His release comes quick, courtesy of Lung, who makes a deal with Alex to retrieve the sword from his former friend, for that sword will be awarded to the Kumite's winner. As Alex battles through some of the toughest fighters in the world and is encouraged by new friends led by Donald Gibb, Alex bears a slim chance of defeating the greatest fighter the Kumite has ever seen, Demon, who is also the most brutal guard in Alex's prison days.
Coincidentally.
That's a bit better.
I find that to be much better.
Director is Alan Merez. Writer, Jeff Schechter.
It's a weird name.
Yeah, it is. The tagline, caught between honor and revenge, how far will one man go?
Revenge? Revenge for what? For being sent to prison, I guess?
Yeah, his buddy.
Well, he wasn't really out for revenge at any point.
Yeah, I know. What a weird. Yeah. Our cast includes Daniel Bernhardt as Alex Cardo. You might know Daniel Bernhardt from Atomic Blonde as a soldier.
Oh, I didn't know that.
John Wick as Curl. The Matrix Reloaded as Agent Johnson.
Oh, no kidding.
Do we go through? I know he was in that film with Van Damme, which is... Okay, I'll just go through this. He's in Escape Plan 3, Devil's Station with Sly.
Oh, okay.
Altered Carbon as Jaeger for 2 episodes.
I've been wanting to watch that.
Kill 'Em All. He was Radovan Brokowski in Kill 'Em All. He was in Logan as Bone Breaker.
Logan
the movie,
with the Wolverine.
with Wolverine.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Who's Bonebreaker? One of the Reavers or something?
That's what I was trying to figure out. I was like, who was Bonebreaker? He was a Hydra thug in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay, I swear we've already done his thing. Whatever.
Yeah, we probably did with him when we went through Kill 'Em All.
District 9 male tribute for the Hunger Games Catching Fire. And I'll leave it at that. If you look at Daniel Bernhardt, he almost looks like a mix between Robert Downey Jr. and Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
Except a tall version of both of them.
Yeah, he's got good kicks too.
Yeah, man. Pat Morita played David Long, which totally blew my mind. I didn't know. I was like, is that Mr. Miyagi? Sure enough, it was. And I know we've read his film credit before, so I'm not going to do it again.
We have Mr. Miyagi and we have Lopan in this movie.
Yeah, dude.
That's
I
wild.
know, man. We have Donald Gibb, Ray Jackson.
Hell yeah.
You already know that, reprising his role. James Hong plays Master Soon.
Oh, he's been in so much.
We've already, like I said, I'm pretty sure we've already read his.
Bane.
426 credits.
Yeah, I could believe it.
426 credits. Yeah, I know we have because he was in Kung Fu Panda.
Yep.
He was the master there, Master Ping. Was that it? Mr. Ping. Gosh, man. Big Trouble in Little China. Need I say more?
Tons of Chuck Norris movies.
He's still around, isn't he? Yes, he is. Thank God.
What year was he born?
1929.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's see. Janine Elson was played by Lori Lynn Dickerson.
I thought her name was Love Interest.
No, seriously, man. She was in Terminal Velocity as Helicopter New.
It's a weird name.
Yep. Let's see what this is. She was Oh, that's with Charlie Sheen.
Oh, joy.
Looks like we have to watch it.
Tiger Blood.
She's the helicopter newscaster. Men Behaving Badly as Young Dorothy. She's only got those 3 credits to her name. She's never done anything else.
Huh.
Interesting. Ong Soo Han played Demon. And I believe, if I'm correct, he was in No Retreat, No Surrender 4.
Really?
I think he was the guard dude, the one dude who was like, that's not kickboxing. You'll get your ass kicked by him.
Do you think so?
And then he gives him Mr. Prongs as a reference.
Is it in there?
Prang Prong. Let's see. I could be totally wrong. And if so, then I'm going to delete saying that.
Yeah, because you'll sound racist.
Yep. Oh, no way. His last movie was Last to Surrender.
Well, that does involve not surrendering.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. There you go. You're close.
Yep. Oh, I'm racist.
You're a horrible bigot of a man.
Oh, no, I'm not! Yes!
Hell yeah. I thought he looked familiar, but I didn't want to, I was afraid that I was just feeling racist.
Yeah, no, I knew it, man. I knew when I saw this jacked Asian dude, I was like, I've seen you in a bunch of stuff before.
There's only so many gigantically jacked Asians that look like that.
That's true, man.
He definitely was a good replacement for Bolo Young.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Because he was intimidating and fucking jacked. Yeah.
Dude. He was in The Quest as the Korean fighter. He was in Tiger Claws 2 as Dai Lo Fu. He was in Street Fighter as Thug with Toy Gun. Dragon, the Bruce Lee story, as Luke's son.
Huh.
The King of the Kickboxer as Tassi. And Kickboxer as Tong Po opponent.
Oh, no kidding.
I had no clue. Look at that. He only has 8 credits to his name, but I swear like I've seen him in more stuff than that. Anyway, yeah, that's good. That wraps it up.
Mm-hmm. Full circle.
So yeah, getting into the notes now, we open up to some kids in a dojo. There's a smaller kid beating up a bigger kid, and Master Soon comes in to just tell the kids stories. He's like, hey, let's break this up. He's writing in, I believe, kanji? Is that what that was?
Yeah, or maybe, I'm assuming.
Yeah, me too.
Unless it was Chinese calligraphy or something.
Yeah, not positive. I'm sorry. There was a time when good was bad. And then we totally go into the movie where Daniel Bernhardt immediately looks like a Jean-Claude Van Damme knockoff.
Yep.
And I remember actually seeing the poster for this in it was either a martial arts or a muscle magazine. And I was like, oh man, is that Van Damme? As a kid.
With the vertical hold messed up.
It's totally, yeah, it was totally, do you know what poster I'm talking about?
No.
Here, I'll show you. It's pretty, I mean, take a look at
Yeah.
that. Does that not look like it's
they
trying to be
altered
Van
the
Damme?
contrast and everything, so
Yeah.
it would distort his features a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep. Tricky.
Yeah, totally tricky. And I totally remember being like, wow. And like, that's not Van Damme.
Yeah, he's the great value Van Damme.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good recycle of a joke. I like it. You recycle it like those cyborg parts. He shows up at some fancy party, talks about a fake vase, has a map of the place in his cigarette holder, and starts flirting with a girl. He excuses himself and looks at a katana in a room. All of a sudden, he gets attacked by military men right when he grabs to steal it. His name is Alex Cardo. He flirts with the girl before he leaves and sets up a date. She comes to the hotel the next day. A guy pulls a gun on him while he's waiting. Like, he decides to make this date after his deal.
Yeah.
Guy pulls the gun on him. He's like trying to run away. He tells the girl to hide as the police show up. They surround him and he gets beaten.
Wasn't the sword like clearly not a katana too?
Yeah, man.
It was a Chinese straight sword, right?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So we're back at Master Sun's dojo, and he talks about how he met Alex at prison, and the kids are like, "What prison? What did my mom and dad sign me up for?" All the prisoners are wearing pink scrubs. The guard, that's when I found out. I was like, that's the dude who was in No Retreat, No Surrender 4. Yep. That's why I know him.
That's what he does for a living.
Yep.
He's a vicious prison guard.
Yep. Typical prison stuff happens. Guys beating up other guys, whatever. No one will let him sit for lunch. Guy knocks his tray out of his hands. He beats up a bunch of dudes. Then the big guy, Mr. Chen, gets the upper hand and smokes him. He has a piece of wood that he's about to take Daniel Bernhardt out with when San comes in and kicks ass. And then it's like, please forgive Alex, Mr. Chen. You have taught him a valuable lesson. And Sun tells Alex about needing to focus and then shows him moving water without actually touching it. If you wish to learn the Iron Hand, I will show you. Because that's how I always introduce all my martial arts secrets to people. Like, that's how I got you, and that's why we're still doing this episode.
Tricked me with his magic powers.
I did. I kicked the table when I had my bucket of water on it. And so you thought I was actually doing my hand. That's the trick.
Wow.
You have now learned. You have been such a great student that I now taught you the trick right on air.
My word.
Oh, I better cut that out. A timeline 1307. We see the flame being knocked out with a punch. We have a training montage, some meditating as well, all within an actual barbed wire fence.
Yep.
The fence itself is barbed wire. The chain link is barbed wire. Sun was sent there to teach the Iron Hand. One of the soldiers he taught, she raped a girl. Her brother came to her defense, so they made Sun kill him. Found out that Sun's father was a politician who then made Master Sun, get sent to the prison for life, except we know he's not there for life because he's telling us this story in his dojo. Sun tells him about the sword and the kumite. It's a spiritual event. You earned the invitation. The superintendent wants to see Alex. It's Mr. Chen. He attacks him out of nowhere. Alex gets the upper hand until the guards beat him up. The main prison guard snaps Chen's neck. Demon, that is, snaps his neck. They put Alex in solitary confinement in this like steel box. And I like how the prison basically lets Alex and Sun do whatever they want within reason. Once he's out of the box, they go back to that little mini temple, and Sun takes care of him. We get more training montage. He's kicking out all the flames this time. It's pretty sweet. The superintendent wants to see him again. We see the main guard leaving. The superintendent said Alex was free, but he doesn't know why. So he leaves. A random guy comes up to him and is like, hey, you're getting in this car to drive. And Alex meets with Mr. Miyagi, the dude that he stole the sword from.
It's weird seeing him not being the martial arts mentor in a film.
Yeah, it's really, I bet you it was a relief for him for once. And now, I'm desecrating his name by calling him Mr. Miyagi throughout this whole thing.
What was his name in Happy Days?
Mr. Miyagi.
Was it Mr. Miyagi?
No.
I was going to say.
I forget what his name was in Happy Days. Let's take a look. Gosh, you're reaching back to Nick at Night.
Mm-hmm. If only we could have had him, Egg Shen, and Lo Pan in like a trio comedy martial arts magician movie.
He was Arnold in Happy Days.
Ah, okay. And also the trainer,
Takahashi.
Also the trainer from Kickboxer could be in it too.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, and Mr. Tanaka, from
Mr.
Bloodsport.
Tanaka. So he's back with Pat Morita, which I'll correctly mispronounce his name probably, but I'll say his real name. And he wants the sword back. He said he wants to make things right. He has a chance to right his wrong. So instead of getting it back from his business partner, he goes to the Kumite. And Ray Jackson is there. He's making fun of the dudes. There's a dude with American kickboxer pants on, some American flag pants. Ray Jackson's a handler now. Alex goes up to Ray, asks if he can help at the help of some other guy that was there, another American who was like, hey, go up to that guy. He's a handler. And you might be able to get in. After Alex shows up and was like, hey, I want in the Kumite. And they're like, did you get an invitation? He's like, no. He's like, then go. So this all happens, and I kind of just neglected to write it down. So the kid that Ray Jackson, basically, the kid threw a punch at Ray Jackson. He grabs it and crushes his fist. He's leaving now on a boat, and Ray's like, wait a minute, I'll let you back in if you can beat up this guy. And he goes to try to beat up Alex, and Alex easily takes him out. Kind of a Hussein moment. Like a Hussein moment, gets knocked out. And I'm thinking, how did this kid get an invitation to begin with?
Yeah, really. It must have been like the joke candidate or something.
Yeah, so after all is said and done, Alex talks to the one American, thanking him, and he's like, don't thank me. If we face each other, there's no holding back. It's almost kind of like when Tanaka's son was like, one day I'm going to fight in the Kumite after getting beat up without like saying thanks for helping me out. We see that there's a woman in the Kumite now, and Ray Jackson's trying to get flirty and friendly with her. We have a nice little celebration before it starts. We see the main guard having a back and forth with the dude, Demon, that is, and the dude looks like he came straight from a McDojo. No offense to this guy, but he does not look like he deserved an invitation to this all-out best of the best Kumite.
Yeah, he was all like chunky, like
he
a
was
mullet, mustache.
I hate to say it, but he looks like your typical like
McDojo. Yeah,
he looks like a typical McDojo, and nothing against him, but it's just like, I'm sorry, man. Like, there's no way that you can tell me that this guy has any sort of like competitive level. Martial arts must have been dying out in the 90s in order to be like, hey, this guy gets an invitation.
Yeah.
He's going to practice the dim mak.
It wasn't a bad fight either.
No,
he did surprisingly well.
I know he did. He actually like surprisingly like his fight choreography was good. So like he showed us, like, hey, I do well for my McDojo.
Yes.
Like, even though I have this beer gut, I can still roll. So, hats off to him. Props to him. And I'm sure, like, if you looked into it, he probably legitimately back in the day was like some Taekwondo master and stuff, and he just got old. Like, that's how dudes get.
He looked like he was in his mid-40s.
Yeah. The fans love Demon. Alex then fights some dude that looks like he trains by himself in his basement, and easily he gets taken out. It's like, here's my gym shorts, and I wrap my hands. I can fight. There's some good and some cheesy fights going on.
There's that one dude in the leotard with no shoes on, the blonde guy.
Yes.
What was up with his outfit?
Don't know, man. I don't know.
He looked like he just came out of like, just from American. He's like an extra from American Gladiators or something.
Yes, exactly. He was like, I got rejected there, but I got an invitation to the Kumite. I thought one dude was about to pile drive another guy. We find out he's a street fighter.
Yep.
We now get the guy that helped Alex get in. He's taking on a dude in a wrestling singlet, but there's no wrestling at all. And hey, surprise, his kind of buddy wins.
Yep.
Then we get the monkey kung fu with the monkey sound effects.
Oh my god, I'm so glad that guy didn't get past the first round. The sound effects were
so bad. So bad.
It was just literally just a chimpanzee screeching constantly while he was fighting.
While he was fighting, and he gets taken out. So he loses. Then we get Demon fighting a judo guy. He wins and flexes hard. Alex finds Janine eating dinner. And the next scene, she's working with his old partner now. Alex offers $1 million American for the katana. She's like, hey, I'll throw it at him, and then I'll come back to you whether he like accepts the offer or not. Not if he's going to make the deal. Next, we see Alex fight a dude that looks like Khan from The Quest.
Yeah.
He falls off the runway and gets mad. Starts fighting guys, and then the high judge comes down and lays waste to him, but not enough to knock him out, that he gets mad and he's throwing these other guys back. This guy like no-sold everything. It was like, what's going on? What was the point of that?
He's breaking kayfabe.
It was almost like they were trying to make fun of the Quest.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was weird.
And it seems like
he worked himself into a shoe.
He did. It seemed like he was supposed to like appear later to fight him again or something, like outside of it, but then just nothing.
Nothing ever came of it. Chopping room floor.
Yeah.
It's the girl's turn to fight. She fights some weirdo in pumpkin face paint.
It's like some like pseudo drag queen guy.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to. I was like, I did not know drag queen was a martial art. Like, I hope that there is a drag queen out there that listens to this that feels inspired and then comes up with a beautiful drag queen martial arts name.
That would be scary.
Yeah,
a lot of eye scratches.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of poking of eyelashes into people's eyes. And, some, oh man, purse first punches. I like it.
We should form this martial art.
I know, man. I know, right? There's a shout out to you, RuPaul Drag Race fans. That a little bit of a reference there. So I know there's some little bit of a Van Damme crossover with RuPaul's Drag Race fans somewhere.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Well, I mean, he worked with Dennis Rodman. That's like halfway.
That's right. Yeah, hey, there we go. Another separation there.
Yep.
The girl grabs the dude by the dick and then knocks him out. And Ray Jackson wants to take her out to dinner, and she says no. So back to the guy that introduced Alex into getting into the Kumite. He easily takes out a dude. Now the demon is fighting some poor guy that is 2 feet smaller, and he smashes the dude and then continues to smash him. Now to Alex's partner, he agrees for the million. Then a dude comes out of the shadows, to which his partner says basically kill him. Alex smokes the dude just with one kick. We get a capoeira guy fighting. He wins. Back to the invitee friend. Can't recall if they even ever mentioned his name.
Yeah.
He knocks out a dude that was showboating. Then we get a Muay Thai fight, 2 guys. And then we get the girl fighting a dude. There's a back and forth between the 2, and then she beats him.
That was when I had like the tiger claw thing going on, right?
Yeah. Yep. Now to dinner. Janine tells him he's good with the deal. Meet tomorrow at 9:30.
Where did he get the $1 million?
I'm assuming Pat Morita probably was going to give it to him.
But didn't he say he wanted to do this on his own?
On his own? That's true, too. I don't know.
Is he just like a millionaire?
Yeah,
Is it his ill-gotten gains?
They kind of, in the beginning, kind of showed that he was like almost a ripoff of a James Bond, like secret bad guy agent, though. So
that's another trope in the whole espionage / art theft in Jean-Claude Van Damme movies.
Yeah, man, you're right.
It's an early form of it, yeah.
It's kind of crazy because we get some tropes in here that I was pleasantly surprised at.
There's even some splits.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So after they talk about this meetup, they decide to leave to go to a nicer restaurant. So they were at a restaurant, then they're like, let's go to
this
a
restaurant
nicer
sucks.
Yep. So that's what happens.
We've done that before.
Yeah. Yep. We see Demon is fighting now. We get some sweet Nintendo type music. And guess what? He wins. The Street Fighter takes on the Muay Thai guy. He gets him to submit.
Yeah, what kind of street fighting was this guy using? Because he's using like tons of back kicks. And
He's using Nintendo and Sega Genesis Street Fighter.
He was. And he was wearing that weird outfit. Like
like a fake gi outfit.
Yeah.
He's like, I found this in the back of a martial arts magazine for Dukes Ryu. It was almost like the black jean jacket gi from what was the Double Impact?
Yes.
the acid watch gi. So Alex faces the guy that got him in, and I realized at this point that Daniel Bernhardt is a really tall dude.
Yeah, he's got a good 8 inches on the other guy.
Yeah, man.
He's a head taller than the other guy.
They have a decent back and forth. Alex beats him. They shake hands after. And the girl faces Demon. Ray Jackson is worried. He's letting her get her shots in, but he's being a jerk about it. He bloodies her lip. Jackson is getting mad. The guard then kisses her and knocks her out with that deadly kiss. Jackson attacks him. The guard kicks him in the chest along with other dudes while they're trying to break things up, knocking everyone down like bowling pins. Ray with this hilarious "Good Guys Wear Black" t-shirt. I want one of those. Yes. Ray and Sergio is the name of the Street Fighter, we find out. Now we see Ray and Sergio are going to go find Alex for some reason because he didn't show up.
Yeah.
There's a huge mob with Alex's partner walking to the floating raft restaurant. Jackson and Sergio come by. The blonde dude shoots at the table. Alex takes him out. Sergio gets shot in the leg. Ray Jackson knocks over a dude. Alex's partner attacks him with the sword. Alex gets cut, but he takes him out. He's about to really take out his old partner when the blonde guy comes up to him with a gun.
Yeah, the guy
Ray takes that out.
He was like a...
He looks like one of the bad dudes from The President Was Kidnapped. We have to save him. He does, like straight out of a video game, man. This whole thing, like straight out of a video game.
I guess that's kind of why I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah. We saw Sergio is now out of the tournament because
because he got shot in the fucking thigh.
Luckily, it went through. It was a clean,
why even
put him
shot.
Yeah,
why even put him in the fucking movie?
I know. That was really goofy. Alex is bandaged up and then takes out a dude that looks like Vega without the face mask and claw. The guy is doing well against Alex, but his buddy encourages him, his buddy that he beat up, the invitee guy, and Alex knocks the dude out. Then his buddy gets on the mat and raises Alex's hand. This Kumite, the rules are a bit looser.
Yeah, no shit.
Ray attacks people. No one gets
no one gets disqualified or anything.
Demon takes on a Hawaiian guy.
Yeah, with some kind of
that came
Polynesian
out of nowhere.
martial art. Yeah, and it was one of the better fights in the movie too.
Yeah, it was a good fight.
The choreography in this movie was better than I expected.
Yeah.
It contrasted a lot from the first Bloodsport, in that there were a lot more takedowns and submissions than in the first.
Yes, you were totally
which I
right.
enjoyed.
Yeah, it was different. My one gripe about it was like these dudes, like the Capoeira guy, like he was gone after that, just that one fight.
Yeah,
and then it was like, nope, he doesn't come back.
Oh, he's defeated off screen.
Yeah,
no, he gave up afterwards.
Yeah, he did. He realized Alex was way too good.
You could easily see that this had a much lower budget than the first Bloodsport.
Yeah, for sure.
The Kumite stadium that they were at was basically, I mean, it wasn't even like a stadium or of any sort. Nope. It was just like a.
It was something.
It was a studio building, little studio building.
Yeah, seriously. Everyone goes silent after he kills them. The leaders all turn around, and one of the leaders is a big, fat, white guy. I did not know Steven Seagal was in this movie.
The first American to open a dojo in Japan.
Yeah, dude. Talk about a McDojo. That guy was eating McDoubles like no other. Like, I mean, this dude, he's got like the Paul Heyman hair. He's bald, but he's got like the top knot almost. And, I mean, I'm surprised they found a gi big enough to fit this dude. He was a big boy. It was a
nightgown.
Who knows? I was really interested to see who this guy was. Like, maybe I'll look up the credits and see.
Maybe that's the actual Frank Dukes.
He let himself go. Janine brings Pat Morita his sword back. Son is there now for whatever reason watching the final fight. It's Alex versus Demon. Demon seems to be getting the upper hand. Alex fights back. We get a lot of bahs, which I was happy about.
Yes.
Some old tropes right there. Ray tells Alex to stay down. Son is slapping the mat. Alex sees the water in the bucket is moving. He goes back. He recalls his training montage. Looks really like Robert Downey Jr. right here. He hits the guard with a Kamehameha Hadouken and takes him out and wins. And Jackson raises his hand this time instead of his invitee buddy.
Mm-hmm. His nameless friend.
Yep.
Who was good. His fight choreography was good too.
Yeah. He was really good.
Lots of crazy flips and stuff.
Yeah. Alex gets the sword, and the back wall. That's when I finally found out the name. The back wall said Alex versus Demon on the board.
Demon.
Yep.
Not Damon.
Shout out Sports Millennials, the excellent wrestling fan.
But he did not compete in the Kumite, though.
Nope.
We're making that clear now.
Yep. And then we're back at the dojo, and the girl is like, didn't he ever get to kiss the girl? And it ends with Alex kissing Janine. And that Bloodsport Mortal Kombat music knockoff. Yeah. Oh my god!
I remember thinking this movie's good, but the music just has nothing going on. And then Bloodsport. Oh man,
Bloodsport.
It was just exactly like the old Mortal Kombat soundtrack. Yep. But yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, dude, most definitely.
It definitely saved my thoughts on the soundtrack or lack thereof. Like, I mean, it was all right. It was just generic, like guitar riffs.
It was very generic.
Part.
I was really surprised that they had it in the budget to create a Bloodsport theme song.
Yeah. A really rocking one too.
Yeah, I gotta rip that song and save it.
Hell yeah!
All right, so that takes us to our split scale. On a scale of 1 to 10, what splits would you give this?
I mean, it was good. It wasn't amazing.
No.
The fight choreography was good, and it was a competent movie. It never had me going, oh, Jesus Christ,
Right.
I'd probably give it a good 7.5.
I agree. I'd give it a good 7.5. I think it was decent. I forgot how much this was my second time ever watching it. Since the first time I watched it, I was like heavily disappointed. I was like,
Yeah.
what did I get myself into? But then I really liked it for its cheesiness and its ridiculousness, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, it had just enough to
Overall.
make it enjoyable. It was definitely a sequel.
Yeah. Oh, man, I got to read this goof. The goofs.
Uh-oh.
The sword that Alex steals at the beginning of the movie is curved with a tassel on the end. The sword that John sells back to him is a straight sword with a tassel on the end.
I knew it.
So, yeah, there you go.
I thought, I was like, man, did I just remember it wrong? Like, I remember it being curved in the bag and everything.
You know what? There's not a lot of goofs. I don't normally read the goofs, but I feel like I have to with this one. During the scene where Alex is to sell the katana in the hotel lobby, his partner says stealing from James Long is suicide. The character's name is David, not James. In Demon's third match, he's wearing some sort of army pants. After winning his match, he taunts Alex. While he's taunting him, you can clearly see him wearing tight black shorts. Then as Demon leaves the canvas, he's wearing the same pants he wore during the match.
He wore like 4 different outfits because he had like
man.
arm bracelets in one. He had the camouflage pants,
Yep,
black ones,
black
and I think
pants,
white
yeah.
ones at the end.
Yeah, I think so. The sword that Alex steals in the beginning of the movie is called the Japanese samurai sword. It is in fact a Chinese jian, or double-edged straight sword.
Yeah.
Like he said. Alex has the sword and throws it into John's car before getting placed under arrest. The police were close enough to Alex to see him doing this and don't even bother to stop John from driving away.
Well, that's just lazy police work, really.
Yeah, that's yeah. You can't blame the movie on that.
Yeah.
All right, getting into trivia here. Donald Gibb, who plays Ray Tiny Jackson, is the only returning cast member from the original Bloodsport. Ron Hall had to audition for his role twice, the second time following a script rewrite that reduced his character's prominence. Veteran Asian star Philip Tan, who plays John, also served as the film's martial arts action choreographer. Though already a martial artist and owner of a dojo, Nicholas Hill hadn't been active in competition prior to his role in the movie. As a promotional gimmick, Hill gained entry to the Second World Vale Tudo Championships, where he faced Pedro Hizzo in a no-holds-barred match. Whereas the promoters expected this to be a one-time event, Hill was eager to compete and thus initiated a 6-year career as a professional cage fighter. That went better than I expected.
No shit.
I don't think... I'd be surprised if he won that match, but maybe he did.
Hey, this is pretty fun. Maybe
Oh, man, I need a few more scars for my face.
Yeah. Pulling a CM Punk on that one.
Yeah, man. Wow. Okay, so let's see. If I got to go back here again. Nick Hill was in Fists of Iron as Matt Sheldon, Alien Private Eye as Lemuel, Sex Crimes as a punk. He has 25 credits to his name, Splinter in 2006 being his last, Love and a Bullet as Dutch, The Drew Carey Show as the Karate Guy in one episode, Warm Texas Rain as Keller.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the sound of that. It sounds like a euphemism.
Death Game as Hawk.
Oh, I think I saw that.
Dilemma, Alex Davis. Pacific Blue, Damian Kruger for one episode. There, add that one to the USA Network.
Yep.
Cast. Raw Target is Rod Sparks. Virtual Combat is Black Mask. Warrior of Justice is Gary. A Dangerous Place, Big Kid. Death Match with Nick Wallace. I believe I've watched this. Desert Passion as Mr. Sasso. Showdown as James. Billy Blanks, baby. Oh, man. Yeah, all right. That's all he's got to his name. Who else were we looking? Oh, the head judge. Okay, so Nicholas Hill, that was the Street Fighter.
Okay.
Sergio. I'm assuming Ron Hall is Cliff.
Yeah, makes sense.
Maybe. I'm just assuming it based off of the credits here. He was in Kung Fu Brother 2014 as Nathan. Big City Nights as Bobby Harris. Vampire Assassin as Derek Washington. The Dolomite Explosion as Black Chin Ho. That sounds amazing.
Yes.
Sinbad, The Battle of the Dark Knights as Tarek. Orgasmo as Second Film Crew.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's sweet. Pocket Ninjas as Black Knight Commando Dragon.
That's a great name.
That's awesome. Deadly Bet as Fighter. Triple Impact as James Stokes.
Is that a sequel to a Double Impact?
I hope so.
Quadruple Impact.
That is sweet. 3 experts in different styles of combat must join forces when they're hired to go to the jungles of Asia and find and retrieve a priceless artifact, the Golden Head of Buddha. A team of evil mercs wants to get to the head first. I'm pretty sure I've watched this.
It sounds pretty good.
Back in the day. I feel like I have. Yeah, that was him. It's a guy named Flash. A guy named... the dude who played Khan, Nils Allen Stewart, He was called Gorilla. That's what they called him.
I love how he has like the most ridiculous, outlandish
Yeah, man.
facial hair and/or hair.
He was in Space Cowboys as Tiny. And he did the stunts for Planet of the Apes. Good for him.
Oh yeah.
The rest of them are all called Fighter.
Well, that could be anyone.
I know. I'm trying to find the other judge, man. No, the other judges didn't get listed. Only the
Judge
one.
Pudge.
Judge Pudge. All right, that about wraps it up. I'm sure I'll probably cut all this, but we'll see. That takes us into Bloodsport 3, the same year, 1996. We also get Daniel Bernhardt, which, spoilers, he's also in Bloodsport 4, The Dark Kumite.
What year was that one released?
1999.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
The Bloodsport quadrilogy.
Yep. There you have it. It's on like Donkey Kong. All right. I am John.
And I am Jeff.
And you have been listening to another episode of the Jean Pod Van Dam Cast. Now let's go find some candles and flick out the flames.
Kick.